the way I started actually live streaming is through LiveJasmin. I discovered through my research LiveJasmin, and I was like, this is it feels classy. It feels like it feels like somewhere I can be me, especially because they have the different categories. I really enjoy talking to people. I think that I never had a platform for live streaming. Express yourself, basically. And that's what I did on there. It's fun to like get dressed up and to dance, and to like, it gave me a place where I can feel like I'm being artistic. I went on the site, I looked at the girls, and I was like in awe. I was like, this is so cool. They're doing the same thing I'm doing, but they're like interacting and engaging and like showing their plants, and like, and like, I'll never forget the first person I met. And I became online friends with her because I was like, you're really cool. Oh, Gabrielle. She was so cool. And she inspired me. And a place to talk about and live our passions. That like, it didn't feel like I was finding that it wasn't like as well-rounded on the other sites. Like on Jasmin, it was like, here is all the aspects of me, instead of just like one aspect of me, which is a sensual person, which also I could bring that to Jasmin. The things that I'm passionate about, and like fitness and singing and plants and like nature and like spirituality and the art, like expressive arts, like all these things. There was a place for all of that here. The things that I loved about Jasmin specifically is, well, many things. One of them is that it was pushing me to put myself out there and to work on my content, and I love making videos. I love expressing myself. I obviously love talking. And sometimes you can't get me to stop unless you ask very nicely. But and so I love making videos. I love teaching. I mean, I believe we all have something to teach, but I like have a lot of passion, so I like to share that.
I looked at your page on Jasmin and even your Instagram, and one thing that I saw in common on both is that you sing, and you have a beautiful voice. I mean, that's the first thing that comes up on your profile is you singing. And that, I know for me, I'm like, whoa. I mean, your voice is just like, it's absolutely beautiful and almost healing. Yeah.
Remember, every new beginning is some beginning's end. Welcome to wherever you are. This is your life. You've made it this far. I said, welcome. You've gotta believe right here, right now. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I'm curious if you get like members that ask you to sing to them. Was that something that you did for them?
Oh my God. Okay. So there was this one person, and he's even on the other side too. So like, I get so happy when I see him, because he comes in my room and he's like, sing a song. And then he always tipped me like pretty well. He was very generous. And I was like, this is so amazing that I get to do something that I enjoy so much, and someone finds enough value in it to like ask me to do it and to pay me for it. Actually, yeah, I've done it several times. There was another person, and I was just like, I want to sing for you. Like, and because he was needing cheer. So yeah, there's been time, like, I feel like sometimes, because it's so raw, and because some songs express exactly like emotions that, you know, talking's not gonna do enough. And so that's why I did some of the songs I did that I uploaded. There was one time, one of the songs that I covered, someone had expressed to me like a hard time they were going through, and like really opened up about like I mean, a lot of people on there have just like opened up. There's people that really share, and so that inspired me to like sing that specific song at that time. I was like, thank you. I was like teary-eyed, and I was like, thank you guys for opening up to me. Like you guys are, and it was a song called I Have Walked All Alone Through it's like a very heartfelt song about ring the bells of freedom, and like it's a Bon Jovi cover. It's just beautiful lyrics that really are touching. And then recently I sang for someone. It wasn't like a super common thing, but the times that it happens, like really cool.
Well, it's interesting because we all know, especially you make music, this music heals, and so you just said that someone opened up to you and they shared about something hard that they were going through and you sang to them. I'm curious what his reaction was after you sang.
On LJ, I'm like, is this okay? I'm singing on this site for someone. Like, are they okay paying me for this? And like, and he was like, yeah, I sang multiple songs. And I mean, I think he was really grateful. He's really, and it's someone that like already feels like a rapport with me. So it's, it's not like a super random person. It's someone that's been able to really confide in me. And like, I mean, I wasn't hearing him. All I could see is his words, but it sounded like he was really appreciative. And like, I think he felt really special. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. To have a beautiful woman singing to him, that's so healing. I think on both LJ and Jasmine, which have kind of come together as one thing now, it seems like a lot of the members are really, of course, they're looking for some type of like flirty content and that type of thing. But I think more than anything, they want connection. What are your thoughts on that based off of your experience?
I think about this stuff a lot. They see that I care and that they can be themselves. And like, we are free to be ourselves and whatever that looks like. And that's okay. And so like, if we're fun or if we're playful or if we're sensual or, and that's all okay. So yeah, I did find that a lot of more people than even would have thought themselves. Yeah. I think as humans, yeah, we all want to connect, even if it's like covered up because we're not willing to, face our emotions. Yeah. A place that I can be fully myself. Whereas in society, we're not always able to be like so flamboyant or like loud or like so goofy or like sensual, and especially with like my culture and like how I grew up and like the Persian culture. Women cover up and stuff like that. And I've gone to Iran. I was born in Iran and I've been back a lot. So that's kind of what I grew up around. And so it's, I think one of the big things about not just live streaming, but Jasmine specifically is because of the sex positivity and just the platform to speak on these things without, like the shame or anything like that, is a place to talk about taboos. I think that's like a really big one, is because I feel openness and just free expression is so healthy and like not feeling like we have to hide any part of ourselves. And so I was really grateful to have a place where all of who I am can be embraced. With Jasmine, the women are inspiring. I think I mentioned that already. Just like, I'm like, I get to be a part of, like, I'm good enough to be a part of this when I look at the other women and I'm like, they're so cool. But then I'm like, but I'm cool. And it just like reminds me that I'm like, wait, if like, and we're all this, like, and yeah, I wanted to say there was another girl on there that we like did a singing, because when you were allowed to be with another person, I saw that she was singing and I was like, let's sing together. And so we ended up like, because she was singing a song that I knew. It was 4th of July. And we both like sang together. And it was like the coolest thing. And people loved it. We were like basically like performing together. So that was like super cool. Yeah, a lot of fun. I think, yeah.
Oh my, that sounds like so much fun. So
Yeah.
much fun. Like, I wish I could have heard that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Do you think it's fair to say, because what I just heard from you is that, you know, you got on this platform and you felt accepted for who you are on all levels.
Definitely very affirming and like very encouraging to me, meeting people from all around the world, and meeting people I never would have talked to in my own. I think I'm, you know, oh, I'm talking to like this person like age 60, or like, oh, this person who's going through this in their life. So I'm learning, just, I think naturally I'm going to learn more about people because I'm learning from such a I'm just getting to know such a variety of people. The freedom. And on the other end of that, with freedom comes responsibility. And you have to plan and structure your day and your life. You have to have that, you know, that discipline is what it is, because you can literally just not go online. You could just not do it. And it's finding and putting, like, making a schedule for yourself. And that's just the pro, and then the, you know, the challenge of having that much freedom. And again, with freedom, I get to like travel, the time freedom. And if we do need to take a day off, like, we're our own boss. So like, hey, I'm not feeling well today, I don't have to explain it to anyone.
I know you mentioned at the beginning of this call that you like to perform, basically. You like to sing, you like to make videos and create content, which all of those things are perfect for Jasmin. But I'm wondering, I mean, I know you mentioned that sometimes you would have a little bit of, like, we could call it stage fright. Has being on Jasmin helped with that? Just kind of to do it more and realize like you're getting immediate responses from all these people. Has that kind of helped you be more comfortable in your performing?
Yeah, I think, well, first it gave me a place to keep practicing, and to keep putting myself out there, even if it's challenging. I'm like, I am on video right now and these people can come see me right now. There was times where I felt more natural and comfortable, but there was times where I did have that, and just the practice of it. There was a lot of times where I was so nervous, but I would come on and people were so nice. And like, and that just like, that helped me. And then just connecting with people and like seeing their personalities, that really helped me to feel like we're homies. Like, I would go from like, I have to be this way, I have to present myself this way and that way. Like they think of me this, you know, just caring what people think. And then the reality happened, which was like, wow, we're all like really having a really good time. And then all of the, like, that kind of just went away to where I felt comfortable. But also gave me a place to explore and to embrace and to really find what I'm comfortable with. And yeah, know that I'm good, and I'm and even if like I make mistakes, like I'm always learning, and like I'm grateful for a place to be able to shine my different colors. If that answers
that. Yeah, I love that. You know, we talked about how this platform has given you the opportunity to be your own boss, where that comes with a lot of freedom and, like you said, a lot of responsibility, because if you don't turn on that camera, then you're not making money. But I'm curious, the money aside, what other types of rewards do you feel like potentially come from working on this platform, even in how you could be making a difference in someone's life or just cheering them up for 10 minutes, you know?
Exactly. So yeah, that was one of like the big things for me is, and I wrote this down. I was like, I feel on purpose. I feel I am living. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, things in my life and dreams and, visions and stuff, but like at the time being, and even in general, like this, like that's something I would always want to do. Even like if I'm like making it big and being and like in a movie or whatever, I would still want to be accessible to people. I love my people. Those are my friends. Like there are people that keep coming back and they share their lives with you, and like, and they're like, I'm having an awful day, but like I feel better now. Cause I'm like, let's dance. Like, and I think one of the like taglines for me is like, I want to make the world dance. And whoever's saying that, she like understands me. Like I want, it's like, life is hard. And so what can we do about it? Yes, we can, go express our emotions and cry and whatever and be supported. But sometimes let's just get up and dance and like have a good time. And I think that also that helped cheer me up. It brings out the best in me to have people to like talk to, and not that I'm like putting on a face as if like I'm perfect, but even to be authentic with. And I got to know myself better. I was like, and I mean, like stuff that I already knew about myself, but just like being like, I'm going to talk for 5 minutes about like monogamy and polyamory, or I'm going to talk for 5 minutes about sexuality. I'm going to talk for 5. So every time it was like, or I'm going to do 5 minutes of like yoga. Oh, I can do like, I can shorten yoga to 5 minutes, or I taught meditation. So it was pushing me to create content very more often, which is something that I love. So I felt, back to that on purpose thing.
Speaking of inspiration, you mentioned a couple times that the other women on the platform inspire you too, and you look up to some of them. Can you talk to me more about the culture with the girls and more about that?
Yeah, that's funny. I was just like looking at my little thing, and I was like, the thing I had just written down, I was like, I don't think I talked about this, but so I wrote down challenge because the whole thing is a challenge. And also an aspect to that is the healthy competition, and also the sometimes like intimidation that like, wow, these girls are really cool. Like they're who I'm like competing against when, and I'm like, and the inevitable, like, I think no matter what age we are, we're going to have times where we feel insecure and like less confident. And so there was times where I was like, oh, I'm like so cool. I'm like right up with like these inspiring women who were like, they have nice, fashion sense, and like they're talking about relation. And I was like, oh yeah, like that's me. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, like comparing myself. And so I made a video on comparisons, and I was like, let me share this. Like, let me be authentic about this, why this can be a little bit of a challenge. And I think, cause there was some of these girls who had like so many followers. And then I'm like, okay, I'm like, that's really awesome. And I was like, oh, they've done this and that. So sometimes I find myself comparing myself, but on the other end, it's like, well, if they can do it, how am I any different than them? It's just the matter of like someone taking an action or like putting themselves out there, along with feeling inspired, is like a sense of like feeling proud. And that's what I think where I was going with like the whole confident thing, just like, I'm a part of something so cool. Like these girls are really cool and I'm a part of it.
Do you have a favorite Jasmin memory that just stands out to you?
Like people's comments, members' comments. Like I left so many times. People just like are hilarious. Like some of the things that they say. I think there was times where like, and like I would get dressed up, and then I would have like a bunch of my people in at the same time. And then like, and like, it's not just the fact that I'm like getting tipped insanely well, but it's like, it's affirming to how much fun we're all having, like very validating, like we're having a blast. Like, it was just, it felt sometimes like like it was perfectly aligned. Like it was spiritual. Like we are feeling each other's energy. And I think those experiences, but the specific moment I was thinking of just like singing with this other girl.
I love what you said. It's like what you give is what you get. So you're really providing the members with a lot of fun and love. And like you said, like getting everyone dancing, and then you're rewarded with the tipping, like what you're giving, you're receiving. That's really beautiful. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Like, I enjoyed talking to you. You have a very lovely, positive energy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me just speak freely.